Okay, so meet ticket. I was trying to figure out what this was, but I think you probably have to say meet ticket um, if you want to put that in there, uh, or you could just say ticket, I guess, as well. Otherwise, you can make it boring, which is fine. What I need you to use is the template for the thesis. You might as well start filling in the thesis. There's no point in having these separate documents because it's just a pain to put them all in order at the last minute. The abstract is quite well written, actually. Obviously, I have to make changes as you proceed, but I quite enjoyed that. Now, the introduction, the overview is a bit thin, particularly in this section here. You want to make case that, yeah, trauma is pervasive, so that's important. And there are particular problems in higher education. But then you want to spell out in perhaps 3 or 4 sentences the key problems in training. Maybe it's time, it's not available, there isn't, and I think that's important, the AI part, there isn't just in time availability. You kind of have to make that argument. So you're making a case of 3 or 4 points of why the problems in previous training and how Ticket's going to address these problems. Now, you don't want to go in too much detail, but you do want to have 3 or 4 sentences on that. And then when you talk about the background and rationale, this is where you do have to flesh out those particular areas in more detail. So you can say there are 4 major issues. One is time. It's not available. Personal training. You know, it's teachers are busy, but that you have to have researched that to know. Oh, there are problems in current training modules. Uh, as I said, and I referred to before, it is really important that just-in-time training or just-in-time available mentoring in unusual situations. That can be really helpful um, for you know, your study and what you're doing. So make sure that you emphasize, because yours is not just online; it's with the AI component. Uh, Now you talked about the collective traumas of COVID. You could talk about that, but these uh, it's prevalent. These things are have been prevalent. It's not just since COVID. I understand that COVID has put a lens on things. So now you've talked about Canada, and that's important, but we try to get global references, which is probably not too hard. Uh, to support these claims as well, because then it makes your work more generalizable, not just for Canada. And you put in trauma effects with educators. Yeah, we know that it's important, but your study isn't looking at that, so I would delete that. And then here you really do need to look at the limited time, insufficient training, risk of emotional burnout. I would say there might be, you want to do a detailed analysis of what's happened in previous training that isn't working, and what, I mean, that's the sole purpose. So you're going to need 3 or 4 paragraphs justifying that, um, so that you make this case. It's not enough to say, to just kind of quickly say, yeah, you know, it's this is a problem. We have to go dig into these articles, and oh, by the way, it needs to be in alphabetical order. You've got C, T, B, and make that case. So it's a good start, but you need a little more work here.